Yeah, just two-game sweep for us. And a lot of times when you have a couple of games like this, pinched in between two big conference series, it can get a little bit crazy. And credit our guys for showing up both days and playing hard and doing a nice job of finding a way to put together some good innings. Pitching was a little up and down, but I thought today that, Ramage came in and settled some things down. Monk had a nice outing. Plyman gave us a little bit of, I guess, some quick outs early, and then, just couldn't find the strike zone enough. But got some big hits. Good to see some guys swinging it. I know Matt Goodhart had a great night with, I think he had 4 hits, and been swinging it really well in batting practice. Finally came out in the game, so that was good to see.
Punch.
Yeah, Dave, other than the first inning, y'all answered them each time they scored. Was that good to see today, how y'all responded each time?
It is. I mean, anytime the other team scores, you want to try to, get that momentum back on your side. And we've done a pretty good job of that so far this year. We've got a pretty good lineup up and down, so it really doesn't matter what inning it is that's ever coming up. We've got a chance to score. So, it's a good job. I know when they scored that second run, made it 2-0. And then we scored 3 and really changed the momentum because it looked like they were just kind of chipping away. And we hadn't really gotten any big hits yet. We left some runners out there, and we still left a lot on. I guess I'm looking here. We left 14 on, but we did still. We scored 9 runs, but we felt like we could have scored a lot more. But anytime the other team scores, you got to slow them down a little bit, and we've done a great job with that so far this year.
And that was the first time we've seen Plyman. What did he do to earn the start today, and how would you assess his overall outing?
Well, what he did to earn it was, the last couple of weeks we've had some guys struggle, so we felt like we needed some more help and maybe some experience there. And he's got some experience. He's an older kid, and I got off to a slow start in the fall. I think I mentioned that before, but we didn't really know what to do. We were going to redshirt and pitch him, and the last couple of weeks he's thrown some really good bullpens, and we had live hitting, and he got after some of our hitters pretty good for about 3 innings. And we just felt like that he might be a guy that we could get out there, and I'm sure he'll get on the mound again some other time later this season.
Nate.
Kind of a morale boost was it for Goodhart to finally get a game in the field at first base, and just how you feel he did there?
I thought he did good. I thought our defense has done a great job overall. I mean, really, I think we made 1 error the whole Alabama series. We made an error today. We didn't make one yesterday. And, we played solid defense, turned some double plays, but Matt played a good first base, hit the ball really well. I mean, it was really good to see.
Thanks.
Tom.
Hey, Braden Webb had a really interesting series. He reached base 9 out of 11 times. Does he look like he's earning some more steady playing time on the weekends too?
Oh yeah. I mean, if we played tomorrow, I plan on playing him. I think he's a really, really good defender. He makes pitchers work on the mound. He takes a walk, gets hit by pitches. Obviously had a double and a homer in the last couple of days and scored a lot of runs for us. So, you can throw the batting average out the window, in my opinion. And really, I'm just going out on what I've seen the last few days. And I think I mentioned it last night, even with the batting average where it was, that's going to bother a lot of people. He's not up there every at bat trying to get 2 hits at once. It can't happen. He's just playing the game. He's taking his walks. I mean, he could be swinging a little bit more, trying to get that batting average up, but he's taking a mature approach, and he's just letting the game come to him a little bit. And it's helped him. It's helped us, and definitely gives us another option.
Okay. And I missed it. If Oliver said this is going to serve as the Mississippi State preview, is that correct?
That's correct.
Like
Yep.
Yeah. So just how you feel about going into a conference road series at a team that's playing as well as they are?
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best teams in the country. There's statistically, their pitching staff is as good as anybody in the country, maybe the deepest in the country. Offensively, they've got a really good lineup, a lot of left-handed hitters. They just keep coming at you. And if they get ahead of you, they've got a couple guys in the bullpen that, come in and usually get it done. So we know what we're headed into. We're headed into a place that has a great baseball team. And not only that, I think they get to have full capacity. So that's probably going to be around 12 to 14,000, maybe more. So it'll definitely be a challenge, and we'll see how we handle it.
And Dave, in a way, this is kind of the full circle series for you guys because that's where you were heading at this point, last year. What's the last year been like dealing with the things you've dealt with? And do you guys feel like you're kind of maybe in a COVID groove at this point, and how you handle your bubble?
Yeah, I mean, I think the players have done a great job of handling it. These guys are getting tested twice a week, and they had to get tested today before the game so they can get on a plane tomorrow. They had to get tested Monday so they could play Tuesday and Wednesday. And if it all goes well and they all get on the plane tomorrow, that gets them through the weekend. I mean, it never stops. It's nonstop. And but the last year's been tough on everybody. I mean, I think we've all answered the question a bunch, but it's almost a year that you almost don't know where it went. At least when it comes to sports or losing a season the way we did. But it's good to see the way the teams responded. They just seem to have a little more giddy up, and you can tell every game means a little bit more than maybe example midweek games, or they mean a little more than they did maybe in the past, because they just appreciate the opportunity to get out on the field and play. So yeah, it's been about a year and a week maybe since we got shut down, and we're looking forward to going to Starkville, and we know how good they are. We got to see them play 3 games in Arlington. They're really good.
Hutch, back to you.
Yeah, you mentioned Ramage earlier. It seemed like he settled down after that great play by Smith over at third. What did you think of what he did on the mound today?
Well, he gave up a fly ball home run. The ball had backspin and just kind of floated about an extra 15 feet because of that light wind. And I think it shook him up a little bit. He's trying to make a move and for himself on the staff and get to pitch more. And then he gave up the line drive, and Smith made a great play. I mean, if that ball gets through there, then they got second and third and no outs, and they've already got a run in. So I think he calmed down after that, like you said, you mentioned, and he pitched well. He threw strike one. He threw either sliders and a really good fastball he was spotting up. And normally he throws a lot of changeups. We didn't throw a changeup. He didn't throw it at all, as a matter of fact. So just proud of him for hanging in there, because he hadn't pitched much, and older guy, he's used to being used, and he had a couple rough outings, and he kind of waited his time, and paid off for Cole and the team.
And what did you see from Bates? He fell behind 0-2 and then had the big 2-run single there in the third.
He had a great day. We talked about it a little bit in front of the team after the game. He hadn't played a whole lot. Just keeps working. He impresses us in batting practice and works hard in the game or in practice, trying to get in the game. And for him to go out and get 2 hits, drive in runs, and then actually the best ball he hit was caught. I mean, it's the way the game works. He actually backed that ball up. That ball was slicing away from the right fielder, who made a great catch on it. I mean, if he doesn't catch it, obviously that's a double and 3 RBIs, and that game's over. But it was just good to see him come in there and compete, not really look rusty or looking for maybe a guy that says, well, if it doesn't go good, I haven't played much. He was out there trying to earn a spot.
Nate, anything else?
Yeah, what's your rotation this weekend against Mississippi State? And also just how much did it help be able to rest some of the regulars these 2 games?
Yeah, the rotation will be Wicklander, Vermillion, and Lockhart. And then the rest of the guys, it went about as well as it could have gone since we won both games. Got to play a lot of youngsters yesterday and won, and then brought some of the guys back today and rested some of the older guys that played yesterday today. And we played all 15 of the position players in the last 2 days. They all got a start the last 2 days. So, keep us fresh a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to do this, maybe not to this extreme, but be able to do this in some fashion when we play. I think we have 2 more weeks where we play 5 games. So, I'm glad it went well.
What's Paulette's role in this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, he'll be out of the pen. We wanted to get him on the mound last night, just to kind of get that Alabama game out of his system a little bit. And So we have confidence in him, obviously. And, you know, if Wicklander gives us X amount of innings, it might be Paulette. It depends on how many innings we go and what the score is. But, you know, he'll be a big part of that bullpen this weekend.
Thanks.
Last one from you.
Yeah, and what's the expectation for Patrick on Friday night?
Well, you know, he has experience. It's not like he hasn't pitched in regionals, super regionals, conference games on the road at home. If he can give us 4 quality innings, that'd be great. Anything over that would be even better. You know, we're facing a tough left-hander unless they change the rotation order. A really good right-hander on Saturday. So it's the more innings he gives us, obviously the better. But you know, just go out and compete hard and do what he did against Alabama, and good things will happen. If they don't, we'll go to the next guy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the time, Coach.